What's up, y'all? You rocking with Moochie, and this is Moochilla's review. So hit the hammer, cause you came through. Ew. Hey, y'all! Tonight we are talking about Yellow Jackets. Um, the last episode was crazy. They ate Jackie. She was like a rotisserie chicken, and they ate her all up. Ate the meat off of the fingers. Ate the flesh off the fingers. What's up, Savannah? Hey, Daria. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes for some more people to come through. And I don't know. I might be rocking solo tonight, y'all. But it is what it is. People can't make things because they got things to do. Yes, finger licking good, girl. Okay? So, we're going to get into this episode. Cause it was bananas. It was bananas. And it seemed like this was mostly an episode in the flashbacks about Ben. So I do have a poll question for tonight. And tonight's poll question is, let me show you guys the poll question for the night. Scroll up to the top, hit that like button, hit the share, put me up in that algorithm, y'all. Thank you. Much appreciated. Anywho, this is tonight's question. Do you think Ben has given up and will he be next, y'all? I couldn't even pick which question to put, so that's why I'm with that right now. So we're gonna start this off. We're gonna get into it, and scroll up to the top and cast your votes. Ew. So basically, this whole thing with them eating Jackie really messed Ben up. He was disgusted by it. I don't know if he feels like that they're at their wits' end because it wasn't like it was a planned thing. It just happened. It was like a freak of nature. Like the ice fell. I don't know how y'all know. Well, it was, but I still need to piggyback off of that to get to this. The ice fell, and basically it created like a oven, and Jackie cooked instead of burning and dissolving. And he was like, I don't want to eat Jackie. I want to eat my man Paul's. I want to eat Paul cooking. He wants to eat Paul's cooking. That's what he dreaming about. He dreaming about Paul's cooking, how good it is, and all of that. But anyhow, moving on. They now that they did this, nobody's hungry the next morning because basically they ate, and now Thaisa is just realizing what they did. But she was wide awake when all of this happened, so they're trying to figure all of this out. And I'm gonna go to the clip and then I'm gonna elaborate on it more. But she really doesn't remember any of this. And she's she was wondering what happened the way she came out, but she had to be brought back down to reality, y'all. She had to be brought back down to reality, and it was a shocking experience for her. It was a shocking experience, and I don't know. It's just weird, but let's get into it.
Okay, back. What happened? Ty, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Something ate her. How can we...
Thaisa! We ate her. You ate her face.
Yo, she not only did she eat her, she ate her face, y'all. So that was crazy to me. If you are here for the first time, let a sister know. We got 6 people in the building. Hit that like, hit that share, put me up in the algorithm, y'all, and let's keep it moving. So, flash forward to today's time, And we know that Natalie is still at this compound with Lottie and her people. And remember the chick she stabbed with the fork. They have little words, and that seemed like this girl want to really show her that she's tough too, but she messing with the wrong person because Natalie do not play. She's not playing with her, and she's real serious, and I guess she wanted to show that she was tough too. But Natalie let her know, you shouldn't be cutting with that axe so close to your hand. So, these two, it's kind of some animosity that Lisa has towards Natalie, but she knows she was doing what she was told by Lottie, so she's trying to keep composure on each other. Yes, girl, they are eating each other now. I don't watch this show, but I'm gonna stop it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I know a lot of people don't watch this show, but somebody asked me to do it, and this is why I'm here. And I do watch the show. I watched it last season and I watched it this season. So I was like, okay, I'll take a stab at it. But it's only 2 seasons in, Inga. It's kind of crazy. A lot of these girls have a lot of mental issues. And I think some of them had these mental issues before they even got stranded up here in these mountains. And I'm just going to give you a little thing. If you ever read the book Lord of the Flies and saw the movie Alive, it's a combination between those two. Okay? Alive was based on a true story about a lacrosse team. No, a rugby team they crashed into the mountains and stuff. But you know what? I might do a little thing on it just to show y'all what the movie is. So that way y'all could maybe check it out, and maybe when this season's over, we could do a little recap or revisit of that. I'll put it up in the chat and we'll talk about it. Okay? So now we see Taissa. She's really out of it. She hasn't slept. She's deprived of her sleep because she's afraid that she's going to sleepwalk. But it's something different with Taissa. It's not just the sleepwalking. It's like another personality or another person that is in her. It seems like she has a multiple personality disorder, and she's seeing stuff. Hey, ew. Hey, Miss T. She's having she's trying to really fight this thing that she has where she falls asleep and she does things out of the ordinary. But it's getting a hold of her, and it's also getting her where she basically checks out, and whoever else is in her checks in and takes her over. That's the best way I could explain it. Hey, Miss T, we got the first word scram. I'm gonna go to that. I'm gonna go to the first word scramble of the night. Oh no, you know what? I'm gonna wait a minute. Then we get Shauna. They have a conversation, her and Jeff, about her having this affair with Andrew. And she was explaining why she did it. And he's basically, oh, you had this affair because you're bored. I want to be spontaneous. Let's drive to Virginia. And it was out of the ordinary. They was going to go churn butter. Now, you really think that's exciting where she's going to get turned on? I'm just saying. Like churning butter? I mean, I don't know how sexy that is to me. But anywho, they get carjacked, y'all. They get carjacked, and it was such an awkward scene because you see who's fight or flee in this relationship. And of course, it's your girl Shauna. Shauna's, she be ready to duke it out. Ain't nobody gonna take what's mine. I don't care how beat up and rusty my minivan is. Ain't nobody taking my van. So yeah, so she they get carjacked, y'all.
Hi.
Hey, don't get up, man.
We're so sorry. Are you okay?
I'm not calling.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that. Really? Keys. I just don't shoot, okay? Hurry up, guy. I think they're in the ignition. I'll get them.
you dare get in that minivan. Do not shut up. Don't.
It was so awkward, but it was funny at the same time because Jeff was ready to give the minivan up. He's like, here, the keys is in the car, and da-da-da-da. He was just ready to give it up. You right, Miss T. He was ready to give up that van. And yeah, they got insurance money. They could have let the van go. And that's basically, Jeff thinks things through. She just was like, no, ain't nobody taking my van. They got a lot of sentimental stuff in there. My purse is in there. And I can understand why she was, going for hers, because her purse was in there. So her purse, and also her daughter's little plush toy that she had when she was 6 years old, which I didn't understand that because her daughter looked like she don't even hug dolls and stuff like that, but I was wrong about that. But anywho, hey Tamika, I sent you the link, but if you out and about, I understand. Anywho, moving on. They talk about giving, everybody's kind of still shooken up, or they basically call it a hangover for what they ate the night before. So they're basically kind of surprised at what they did. Some are and some aren't. And Shauna is feeling kind of guilty about this whole thing, but Lottie has a solution. She did this. It was done because she probably wanted you to do it because of the baby, and they think that Jackie would have wanted them to do that so they could survive the winter. But Shauna's still kind of feeling bad about it. Meanwhile, they're talking about they're going to give her a baby shower, but there was a sidebar conversation with Misty and Crystal. And Crystal and her are basically, they're becoming besties right now. I don't know how long this is gonna last, because it seems like if you cross Misty, she be ready to out you. And now that the pickings is slim with the food, I don't trust this relationship. I'm kind of afraid of this for Crystal, because we didn't even see her in today's day. So I'm looking at this, and we don't see an older version of Crystal, so I don't think she's gonna make it, y'all. I don't know if she's gonna be part of the meals, but I'm just saying. But she also admitted that she actually ate her sibling when she was in the womb, because he was absorbed. So it seems like Misty was like amazed by it, but then once she heard about the baby shower, it was like they had stuff to plan for. But they not gonna let Misty make no food, drinks, wine, or none of that after the incident that happened last season with the mushrooms. So they don't let her come near the food when it's being prepared. Anywho, moving on. Let me go to the chat. Yes, be careful, Crystal. Yes, Shauna just wanted any reason, but she was on a mission to get that van back. But we're gonna get to that in a few. So moving on, we see that Natalie decides to take the body back to the plane. They said this was the best decision for them to do, to take the body back to the plane, so that way it looks like she died with the rest of them, even though, she basically didn't die in that. So they're going to take her to the plane, and, the rest of her that's left, her bones and all that other stuff. Okay, and what little flesh she had left. But she sees a white elk. I don't know if I have the right name for this, but yeah, she sees it. It kind of reminded me of the scene in Game of Thrones when she saw the white elk, and she had an opportunity to take it out, but she let it go. And I know there's like a thing where they say if you take one of those out, it's kind of like bad luck or whatever. So I don't know how true that is, but she missed it. She wasn't hallucinating because you saw the plane rock and everything. So she actually saw this animal. So the question, she didn't see it on the way back. It was like one spot in and of it, and that was it. Let me see what Miss T said. Lottie always gives them something to celebrate. Hope is what she gives. Yes, and that's the good part that they like about it, about her. Even though Natalie doesn't care for the things that she's doing, she feels like she's just doing too much. Yeah, they need to meet. You absolutely right. But when Coach comes back in the cabin from outside, this is when his hallucinations begin, because he sees her. She hears his stomach growl because it was loud. It was like, you know how somebody's stomach be growling when you be like, "Yo, you hungry?" It was like one of those things, and and then she looked like she was foaming at the mouth, but he was like hallucinating all of this. He was having he hallucinated all of this. But I'm gonna go to the word scramble before we go. Yeah, Coach was hungry. Coach was hungry. By the way, I'm gonna say it again. If you ain't do it right now, scroll up to the top, put your vote in, hit that like button, hit the share, and put me up in that algorithm, y'all. Okay, this is the first word scram of the night. All right, it's 2 words. I don't know if you guys gonna get this. I hope y'all do. I just talked about it, it's basically it's spelling itself out with what she's doing in the picture. So y'all should be able to get this. This is an easy one. This is an easy one. Oh yeah, what up, Vaughn? He got it. That's right. It's backwards, but you got it. Actually, Miss T got it, but you was the first one, but you was typing fast. So yeah, Vaughn got the first word scramble of the night, which is carjacked. Ew. So he's starting to hallucinate, and I think he has regrets with coming on this trip. Meanwhile, I don't know what that conversation did for Jeff, but Jeff done grew some kahunas and went to approach Kevin about him questioning Shauna. And he was in the gym. I guess him pumping that iron got him like, yeah, all right, you know what? Let me get at this too. And I don't know. Let me ask you guys this: do you think that this is gonna make him look more guilty? Make them both look more guilty with what he's done with him approaching Kevin? Because this doesn't look good. Jeff angry about the wrong stuff. I know. But I think this was a bad move on his part, because now you're going to have this guy to start digging. You know how we all used to dealing with all these nosy cops on these shows, and he's about to be his boy has already developed a motive. So now that he's came to him, this don't look too good on Jeff and Shauna's part. So then we see they go to bed that night, and Thaisa wakes up, but she is actually having a conversation with Van. But it's not Thaisa. Van asked to follow her where she going. She untied the rope that was tied to her, and they go walk. She follows her through the woods. She had to really run to catch up to her, because it's like she's like on a mission when she wakes up when she sleepwalks. And she went to a spot where it had that symbol on a tree, and Van tells her, "You're connected to this. You know, it wasn't even you that took me out here." And she's chasing the person with no eyes. And I remember the person with no eyes, it was brought to her by her grandmother. So I don't know if this was out of fear this thing came out, where another person ends up taking over. That's what usually happens with multiple personalities. So This, I don't know, the person that comes out when she sleepwalks is the tough one. Even though Taissa got her tough moments, makes you also think back to the first season when she broke that girl's leg by accident. Was it her or was it the person inside her? Let me know what y'all think. Put up a hammer if y'all think it was the person inside her or that was really Taissa that messed that girl up in the first season. All right. So now we already know he misses his cooking. We already see that he's got the sweat on. And he's telling Paul that he wants to stay here. And you know what? Let's get into it.
And we're now just receiving breaking news that Flight 24 never reached its destination or any other airport. A search has begun, but families are already preparing for the worst.
Now, why was I thinking at first he made it? Because I thought this was like he might have came like at first before I saw the TV, the news report, I was thinking this was when he got back until I heard the conversation at first. And I was like, oh no, he's hallucinating again. So he's just like totally gone with it. So we get to Shauna's baby shower. And I don't care what nobody says. They was wondering why she did this scene from Steel Magnolias. And yes, the TV did confirm that it was a hallucination. Hey, Rick James, ew. Yeah, if I didn't see that part of the TV, I wouldn't think it was a hallucination at first. I thought he was like really working up the courage to talk to him, but once you heard the conversation, you knew it was kind of off. So I figured he was dreaming or something. But her the baby shower was like a good little thing they did. It gave them something to do. It got them where they was making little gifts and things of that nature. And it was kind of fun. And they had, for entertainment, you had Misty go up here and do her monologue of Steel Magnolia's Sally Fields part. And not for nothing, they was wondering why she did it. But when she got to the end, she says, I just want to hit something. I want to hit it hard. And when she said that, I just want to hit something. I want to hit it hard. That's how they feel right now. They want to hit something hard too because they mad that they here. They mad that they in these mountains. They mad that they hungry. And nobody's looking for them. But they need to be blaming Misty because she done bashed up that black box. And that's probably why they still there. Anywho. Moving on. We're going to move on to the next word scramble. And the next word scramble is, y'all ready? Oh, I didn't even explain this part, but we'll get to it. Now, this was scary, this whole part, because she woke up, she was like, is this what you wanted? So Taissa is really deprived of sleep and it's getting bad. It's getting real bad. Yes, Misty did that. When she said, I want to hit something and I want to hit it hard. Anybody could guess this? I'm going to go back to this page, the first page, where they already said she's not out of the woods. They're already saying she's not out of the woods, and it doesn't look good for her. She's not out of the woods. I'm gonna take this off real quick, and I'm gonna give y'all a hint. She's not out of the woods. She had 2 blood transfusions, and even Sammy thinks that is my mom gonna pass. And not only that, the nurse notices that symbol from the cabin is drawn into the palm of her hand. And Taissa, she's like, I didn't do this. But it was in the palm of her hand, y'all. It's in the palm of her hand. This is the word scramble. Let me see if y'all got it yet. Yeah, Cinnamon got it. Hey, Cinnamon, Eon, welcome. Welcome. Cinnamon got it. All right. Blood transfusion, that's the answer. So, moving on to the next thing. I want to hit something and I want to hit it hard. Yo, she saw herself in the mirror and turned her back. This was crazy. So you know this person in the mirror is the other person that she turns into when she goes into these little things. And then she did that little symbol where she did like this. It was crazy. And she don't want this to happen. She's trying to control all of this. But she really needs to get some help because it's getting worse, because it's taking over her at times. When she gets tired and drained, this thing just steps in and Taissa's on cruise control. Okay, hey, boo, ew. Yeah, he was real. Wow, you know what? I think he was. Because remember, they was on their way to get him from school. So maybe somebody brought him to the school because they had the accident. I want to say he's there. My question is, do you think that she's gonna make it? Because look, if she don't make it, you know who's gonna get that little boy, Taissa. And I don't think she should be having no kids at this age after what she did with that doll. So I don't know. She's not well there. She's going through some things, and it seemed like I think stress may bring it on. Cause they was like, she's still not out of the woods. So I don't think her girlfriend's gonna make it. I don't think so either. I think we might see 2 deaths coming soon, one in the past and one in the future. Let me know what y'all think. One of my pictures is missing. Yup. Well, we know that Shauna, I'm just going to show the scene and then we're going to talk about it. I want to hit something and I want to hit it hard. Yeah, you can hear her Boston accent when she said that. And she drove after it, and the lady didn't want to give her car. That was her campaign manager. And she was like, you think you should be driving? And she let her take her car. She was wilding. She was wilding, y'all.
My hand wasn't shaking because I was afraid. It was shaking because of how badly I wanted to do this.
Just take it. It's rusted to shit anyway. It's okay. Keys are right there.
Yo, she went back to get that van, and he was like, you can have it. It's a piece of crap. It's a rust bucket. But she basically told them how in all actuality, we know that Shauna was the butcher when they was getting meat, right? So if she was the butcher when they was getting meat, she's gonna be the butcher when they taking care of the humans too. Am I right or wrong? So she's really deadly, this girl. Yes, she is. I love her. She is a good actress. Yeah, Shauna crazy. But she was speaking facts. She wasn't scared. She wanted to do it. I think she has an urge to do stuff like that every now and then. Because remember when the first season, it started with that rabbit. Remember the rabbit kept eating her stuff out in the garden? And she like, I'm gonna fix this mother father. And you know what? She sure did. He became dinner. Okay? She fixed them all right, fixed them on the plate, fixed them in that oven. Okay? So when they're doing this whole monologue scene, Travis can't take it. He goes in there to try to talk to Ben, and Ben is out of it. He's like, yo, you all right? No, he's not all right. No, he's not all right. He's kind of traumatized. Shoot, if Misty could cut off his leg that quick, what makes you think they ain't gonna butcher him soon as he ain't no more good? As soon as he like halfway knocking on death's door? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Look, everything's going fast tonight. Oh, Tamika's here. Thank you, boo. Oh, you done went and got your hair did?
Oh, that's the same thing.
I don't know. It just looked different. You just be changing it up on a sister.
Hey, y'all.
So, Mom, did you the question at the top of the chat? I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more time to answer, and then I want to hear. I even though I was on y'all in the chat because I was doing something yesterday, I couldn't come on. I like the stuff that y'all did yesterday. I wish I was there to participate. This is the vote for tonight. Do you think that Ben has given up, and will he be next? And you know what I mean by will he be next? Are they gonna chow down on the dude? What's your take on it?
Yeah, I think Coach is about to be up out of here. I feel like he's about to be the next child.
Do you feel like he
looks
gave?
man, I feel so bad for him. He looks so out of it. To me, he looked worse now than when he even first got his leg chopped
I
off.
know.
Yeah.
Shoot, that stomach growling. He's like, wait, look. Look, I want to hit something and I want to hit it hard. I can't help it. I was saying that crap all day when I seen it because
she played the hell out of that though. That's one of my favorite movies. I can't tell you how many times I've watched that movie.
I was afraid to remember when Queen Latifah remade that movie.
Yeah.
And I was too scared to watch that part. Because I was like, yo, if she messed this part up, I'm gonna be mad at her. And I never watched it. I watched the movie, but I didn't watch that part. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
But anywho, I wanted to ask you about when you saw the hallucination part where it was the news report. At first, did you think it was real, or was you like kind of confused with it? What was you thinking when you saw this part and then the news thing?
Yeah, I was trying to pay attention because I kept saying, like, is he dreaming? Is he hallucinating? He's thinking back to like what could have been, and all of that kind of stuff. So when this part came up, I'm like, wait, because we did see, I can't remember if it was last episode or the episode before, we had kind of seen like a piece of them returning and the reporters and police and everything being out there. We seen the whole thing with Lottie going for shock, whatever treatment. So I was even thinking like maybe this is after they returned.
That's what I thought too at first.
Once they showed the news thing behind, I was like, oh no, this is kind of like his what if I would have did this. Yeah.
So he is having some regrets by this trip because he rejected a life decision by following through and seeing this through because he wanted to see this through.
Right.
Some people want to complete things. He's just like one of those type of people. I gotta finish it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us, if we was in that situation, would probably be thinking that.
Heck yeah, especially if somebody told you, look, I don't want you to go, and you went anyway. Cinnamon says, when you get some real good baby back ribs and eat them down to the bone, that's what Jackie body look like. Yes, Ben is next. Yeah, they're gonna eat that little nub too where the rest of the leg was. Okay, they're gonna eat the nub and everything. Somebody ain't gonna want to eat it, but they're gonna eat it, or they might just leave the nub. Anywho, moving on. Look, I was here by myself, so I pretty much went through everything pretty quick. So I'm on the last word, Scram. Y'all ready for it? We was just talking about it. We was just talking about it. I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna close out the chat pretty much. So let me see. Anybody? Look, we just was talking about it. We just had a conversation. I know this is a hard one, but it's the last one. I was pretty easy with everything else. I'm gonna give y'all a cup. Oh, all right. All right, Cinnamon, you was close, but Miss T got it. Yes, that's what it is. Did everybody vote? Let me see what's going on. Let me go to the scroll up to the top and close this vote out. All right, the vote is closed. The polls is closed. We had everybody that was here participated. I appreciate y'all. And the vote for the night. It seems like everybody know this dude's clock is ticking, and he's next. This dude's clock is ticking, and he's next.
Yeah, that's how I felt. And I said that I would probably be the next one that would get eaten up. I felt like Coach was me and I was him when the way he reacted last week. And then we see him this week, and I just thought it was so funny that everybody kept being like, kind of looking at him like, what's wrong with you? Even when we see Travis go check on him, he's like, you acting strange. And it's like, no, he's not really. If you think about the situation.
Oh, I know what part I didn't talk about. Misty and Walter. I think these two gonna be an item, y'all.
Yeah, I could see that.
He like her, she like him. They both got this weird, quirky kind of thing going on. The whole scene with the interrogation of Randy was hilarious to me, especially when he popped him. hit him hard. And Missy do need somebody to keep her busy. Look, she not calling everybody. She need a boyfriend. I'm all for it. She was on all these dating sites and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm all for her having a little boo thing. And he seemed right up her alley. They with this thing. Is she going to be able to steer him away from Adam's murder though, y'all? What do you think?
I don't know. I definitely could see them becoming an item, and they actually seem kind of similar. But at the same time, I feel like it's more to his story as well. Just like she ain't fully telling him everything, he's definitely not fully telling her everything. So it's gonna be interesting to see
how this plays out, right?
End up in. Yeah, and I like him as an actor too. So
me too, because he was from Lord of the Rings. He was in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Especially as a child actor. I'm gonna go to the chat.
Like, I know this face. I like
him.
Yeah.
Child, I'm
so
sweating.
It's definitely gonna be interesting.
Okay. Walter might be Adam's brother. You think so? You know what? Let me write this down, because Miss T, if you get this, I got something for you. If we find out that that's just if that's his brother, Miss T. All right, so if he's Adam's brother, that's an on spot prediction. Gotta put a gold star on that. Misty got a man, I know, right? Yo, the road trip is gonna be fun because they going to that compound where Lottie is, so they gonna see all the purple people wearing purple stuff. I liked her purple. I liked her lavender Doc Martens. I surely would have got a pair of those. But anywho, I'm talking about Lisa. What did y'all think with these two and the way she made up with her? That's what's missing. the way Lisa made up with Natalie. Do you think it's BS because Lottie gave her opportunity to you could do what she did to you with that fork, and it took a lot for her not to do it, but she didn't do it. She gave her a hug and she said she forgave her.
Yeah, I think she got them people wrapped up into, whatever her teachings have been there. So I think she pretty much probably means it, you know. I think she was really pissed off by it. And, they so far into Lottie that I think anything she's teaching them, they gonna just kind of grasp
Yeah,
at it.
it's just like it is like a cult. I don't care what nobody say. It is like a cult. So
Hmm.
I want to see how this is handled when Misty gets there.
Yeah.
Natalie gonna be ready to go, and she gonna ask Misty to take her out of there, and she's gonna leave with Misty.
I
I think.
honestly wasn't expecting Natalie to even stick around. I thought once she got up that next morning, she was gonna be like, "Okay, where's my ride? I'm getting up out of here." So I was like, "Oh, Misty's doing all this running around, and she's just gonna end up, coming back." But then when she actually stayed longer and was looking around, I said, "Well, maybe she really trying to see like if she could find out any more information because I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure she don't believe everything she been telling her." So. Yeah, that's gonna be a mess by the time Misty get up there.
No, I didn't talk about it, and I did. Sometimes StreamYard don't load all my screenshots because those two didn't get loaded for a certain reason, or maybe I didn't put it on. I won't blame StreamYard tonight. It might have been me, but that bloody beehive was a hallucination.
Hmm.
But she wasn't having these before either, so she's triggered just like Thais triggered now.
Right.
And those two, they was messed up before they came near to me.
Hmm.
And I think once they got off their meds for all of that time, things just got worse with them.
Yeah, I
What's your
agree.
take on it?
Yeah, I agree. We definitely saw that they both was on medications, and it's funny how, the dynamic of them when they was stranded out there from the plane crash was pretty much like, Lottie being able to see certain things or sense certain things. You got half the people kind of turning to her for different stuff, and then with Ty, we seeing that she's getting up and going to certain places which she don't even remember doing, and she
Mm-hmm.
knows that it's certain markers and certain spots where Van is like, how the heck did you know to come here? How did you know that was gonna be there? And the connection with us seeing that I think it was when her grandmother passed, she seen the person with the
Yeah.
no eyes and the
That's
grandmother
when
was
that's
talking.
when she was first introduced to it by her
And now
grandmother.
she following them. So I'm definitely interested to see where all this stuff is gonna take us to, because it seemed like they have some kind of connection
Mm-hmm.
like from before, and then during while they there. It's gonna be interesting, and I'm assuming Lottie haven't been getting visions for a while now, and then now she's getting it
Yeah,
with
so
seeing
she's
the
freaking
bloody
out
beat.
about it too now.
Hmm.
They showed it in the coming attractions. I don't know if you
Hmm.
guys watched, but I did. Um Lottie saw the beehives unalive the queen, just like she said. But
Right.
I want to also elaborate on that. They basically fed off of Jackie, and Jackie was the queen bee.
Hmm.
So when she mentioned how they all feed off the queen bee, and then the new queen bee takes out all of the other queen bees, that's what was going on up there in the mountains. Cause now it seemed like once Jackie got taken out, to me it seems like Lottie's in charge, but Natalie don't want to be in charge. She's like a loner, but she not gonna march to everybody tune. She's not gonna march to everybody tune, and she calls out the BS no matter what.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Mm-hmm. So look. I think whoever didn't remember, it was 4 people that didn't eat Jackie, that was on the porch, and I think those 4 people, their days are gonna be numbered. That's my opinion. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, because that's the part I want to know. Like, you know, I brought this up before. Is it a thing where they're like hunting the people? Is it a thing of when they just die off? Do we then that becomes a regular thing that we eat them because we know that they not seeing animals like that. The animals, I guess, are hibernating. We know they
Exactly.
hungry and all of that. And it's like, how long is that? Because they were out there a really long time, and this is only like 2-3 months in at this point when all of this is happening. They still got like over a whole nother year that they're gonna be out there. So
Exactly. And
I
then the
know a
last
lot of stuff
thing,
go down while they out there.
exactly. The last good meal they had was that bear. So I don't know. Maybe Natalie's gonna really hunt for that white elk. It will last them for a long time because it's cold and stuff like that. They put it in that thing where they cut everything up. So yeah. That's a good connection with Jackie being a queen bee. She was, though. She was the queen bee. Remember, the coach was coming to her for guidance and, look, you got to keep these girls in line before they left. So I'm just going. And then when she got off the plane, she wasn't charged, but she didn't know what to do. So that's how Misty ended up getting in there because she knew all the first aid stuff. She was like, she thought fast and she got everybody together, and then they started helping because people was kind of in shock and stuff like that, and they was rushing to get off the plane. And then Jackie she kind of rubbed people wrong way, especially Van, because they left her in that burning plane, and she ended up getting out anyway because she had a knife on her. So yeah. Yes, the elk was real. It wasn't an hallucination. It did rock the plane. So I was thinking it was real. Did you think it was real, or did you think that was a hallucination?
Initially I thought it was real, but then after the fact, I just figured she was having a hallucination. I wasn't even sure if, because remember they kept saying how they would do these rituals and that they always came back safe and it wasn't no problems. And being as though she didn't want them to do the rituals no more, and she refused for a minute there, I thought, well, maybe this is happening because she didn't let them do what they normally do.
Exactly. Do you think
Then
she
it
felt
seemed
that
like
way?
it was real from how the plane got shook and the piece was hanging, but at the same time I was like, did it really move and disappear that fast? So I didn't know if they just kind of left that up to the person's interpretation. I was like, I don't know whether that was real or not, because with some of this stuff you just don't know, and they do be seeming like they have hallucinations at different times. So that's the part I wasn't really too clear on. I didn't know if it was just like symbolism.
Yeah, but I thought it was real. I thought it was real. It also made me think of House of the Dragons too. So, because they had like a significant part with a white elk in it, and we thought she was hallucinating it too, but it was real, and she let it live. So yeah. So no, she didn't let it live. She took it out. Then she took out an elk. I don't think it was the white one. She took out another one. She let that one go, but she did. She came back with something in that. But
Oh
anyway.
yeah, that was the boar that attacked them.
Yeah. Nat might be protected because her blood was on the burn pile. Remember the pants. Whoa, yeah. Yeah, and you see how she hid it from Travis when they was doing it. Cause she made sure she ain't pull her pants all the way down. I don't know how she did that. She must have took the other leg out. Cause we can't do what the dudes do. But anywho. It moved so fast, I thought it was symbolic. Yeah, it's like you don't know what to think with it. But this was a good episode overall. I do what I want to. I want to give it like a 7.5. What did you give it?
Yeah, I gave it around a 7.5.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good episode. I'm just ready to see what else they're gonna be giving us. I'm definitely intrigued.
Yeah, she did kill her. All right, so that is our show for this evening. What you got going on, Tamika?
I don't got nothing going on right now,
Well,
y'all.
you know what you do got going on? Tomorrow night, we're going to pregame for Snowfall at 9 o'clock, y'all. So make sure y'all come through. We're going to talk about our little theories and predictions at 9. And we're going to be on and off of here so y'all can get off in time and get y'all snacks for Snowfall, all right? So like I said, thank you, ladies, for coming out. Miss T, Cinnamon, Savannah. Thank you, Vaughn. You're the only gentleman that showed up this evening. Thank you for coming through. Daria, Inga. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for coming through, Tamika. EJ, thank you. Thank you. I want to thank everybody for coming. God bless and have a good night. Y'all.
Sure.